I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Today I don't feel like doing none of this shit. Right now in this very moment, I don't feel like recording. I don't feel like getting in front of the camera. I don't feel like putting out a positive message and just even overall being positive. I don't feel like doing none of that shit. But with that being said, what I've come to realize, I don't give a fuck how I feel because I know my purpose. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. I know what direction I'm moving in, and I know who I am. I know what I'm working towards. And it doesn't matter how I feel. I still got to do it anyway, regardless. And in this episode, I'm going to share some of the techniques that I've kind of found for myself that I've been able to use in order to kind of override some of those feelings. And before y'all get all butthurt, because there might be somebody in this community of people that rock with me that might be like, bro, take it easy on yourself, chill, it'll be all right, you gonna be all right, you can take a day off, blah, blah, blah. And I appreciate the sentiment. I appreciate the thought, the love, and everything of that nature, because I know you're coming from a pure place of legitimate care. But respectfully, I'm gonna have to decline that energy. And I'm gonna have to let y'all know that I run this. And when I say that about myself, I'm hoping to wake up that side of yourself that knows everything that you need to do, everything that you need to address, all the dreams that you want to experience and fulfill in your life, and continues to procrastinate. But I want to wake up that other side that's ready to get to work, ready to get to that action. Let's go. Matrix Productions. Unlocking levels, unlocking levels, unlocking levels. Hosted by Seal the Source. Tap in. What's good, y'all? It's your boy Seal the Source, back with another episode of Unlocking Levels. Thank you once again for tapping in. And as I mentioned prior to you seeing this full episode in its entirety, I didn't feel like doing none of this shit today. I still don't. But what's funny is, as I've kind of sat here, I've kind of thought about exactly what I want to talk about, and just got myself to a place where I'm actually in front of this microphone, actually looking at y'all and creating this content and giving it to y'all. It feels great. It's just that initial kind of first portion of it was kind of like my mind by default tends to kind of make me not want to do things. It's, I've said this before, but the human mind isn't built for your success. The human mind is built for your survival. It's built for you to survive whatever life throws at you, but it's not necessarily geared and built for your success. And in other words, it's got that instinct to keep you alive, to keep you safe from threats. And that's by default nature, that's how the human mind works. But it's up to you, the beholder, the person beyond the default mind, to create the life that you want to create for yourself, right? And I know myself, I want to be successful in this life. I'm not just talking about it. I want to do it. I want to be it for my own reasons. And I understand what it takes. And I could sit here and talk about it all day, or I could be living proof of what it is and just really embody everything that I've talked about. And that's what I'm going to continue to do. Looking back at why maybe I'm feeling a little lack of motivation today is probably because my body feels really tired. I've been going real hard at the gym, early in the morning, going to sleep early, waking up early, getting to the gym early. Part of that early morning crew that opens up the gym, and basically from there just gets ready and goes to work, handles some other stuff throughout the day, and then rinse and repeat, back at it the next day, and just continuously putting in that consistent grind, that effort, that work towards what I'm working towards, what I'm building. And my body today felt it. I worked late last night. I worked some odd hours last night at my uncle's restaurant, and it was busy. We was rocking, throughout the day. And I felt a little bit exhausted today, but I was still able to get my ass into the gym, even though it was later than I wanted to. And my body for the most part today just needed a little bit of rest. So I went ahead and gave my body some rest. I took a nice nap, ate a good meal, and I woke up a little groggy. But I own that. I take full accountability for that. And I'm still here regardless of how I feel. And as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to share some of the hacks that I use to kind of override those feelings. For me, the single biggest hack for me to be able to feel how I feel and still move in spite of that, still do what I need to do in spite of how I feel, is reconnecting with my why. I've talked about this before in past episodes, other episodes I've been on with other people. Your why is so important. Your why is the reason for why you do what you do in the first place. And if you have a strong enough why, if you have a strong enough reason for you to get up, get out, and get something and do something every single day that's in alignment and in pursuit of your greatest goal, your purpose, your mission, whatever you want to call it, then you can do anything. If you have a strong enough why, the how doesn't matter, the what doesn't matter. It's all about you having that reason to do what you do and making that decision that no matter what stands in front of you, you're going to accomplish that. You're going to get it done. You could face obstacle after obstacle. People could stand in your way. People could throw rocks at the throne, whatever the case may be. But you're still going to get your shit done. And when you have that why, that is the life force. That is the gas in the vehicle, y'all. I'm telling you, that's everything you need. You ain't never gonna run out of motivation or actual reason to do what you do because you got that why, right? On those dog days when you don't want to do shit and you attach to that why, you reconnect to that why and remember what your purpose is, ain't nothing gonna stop you. You're like a freight train. Ain't nothing gonna stop you, man. So with that being said, you might be wondering, how do I connect to my why? How do I reconnect to my why? And me, one of the biggest things I do is I have conversations. I'm well aware that I have conversations in my own mind with myself, and I talk to myself all the time. And a lot of people, that might jump into this portion of the podcast episode might be like, man, that's on some weird shit. He talking to himself. Like, what the hell? What kind of shit is he on? Nah, it ain't like that, man. We all have narratives in our own mind. We all talk to ourselves, whether we want to admit it or not. We all have conversations within ourselves. I'm just brave enough to put it out there. A lot of people won't admit that. They think it's weird. Not me, because I know when I talk to myself, I can tell myself exactly what I need to do. I can tell myself through my own self-awareness and be like, yo, man, you slipping today. You go, okay, rest for a little bit longer, but you got to get your ass up. It's time to stop playing. Because if you leave your mind and your body to its own kind of devices, you're not gonna get the results that you desire. It's easy to talk about a plan and feel like you're gonna accomplish it and feel motivated and have high hopes about things. But when the going gets tough, we'll see what you're really about. And in those moments, what I've found is when I talk to myself, when I check myself, when I'm brutally honest with myself, I'm able to then inspire and motivate myself to get up and do something, even on those days when I don't want to do nothing. And I'm not sitting here saying it's easy, and I'm not sitting here saying that's the only thing that you need to do to get going, but I'm telling you, that's what helps me. Having that conversation with me, being brutally honest with myself. I give myself grace. I treat myself with compassion. I treat myself kindly through self-love because I truly love myself. But I think one of the highest forms of self-love is honesty and not lying to yourself. And for myself, again, if I just left it to its own devices, my body and my mind, it would just kind of deteriorate on its own because it wouldn't take care of itself on its own. It needs something more, something to push it, something to pull it, sometimes even drag it to do what it needs to do. And I think self-discipline is literally the highest form of self-love. So me getting my ass into the gym, even when I don't want to get into the gym, that's me disciplining myself, staying on top of it, staying consistent. And when I do that, it doesn't always feel nice, right? But at the same time, I know what the return is going to be on that. I know what the ROI is going to be on that time that I spent in the gym, right? And also how much stronger I'm going to get in terms of not even just physically, but mentally as well. For me, just being able to talk myself into doing something that I know I should be doing, even if my body did not want to do it. Similar to like me right now, right in front of y'all. I told y'all from the get-go that I didn't want to do this. I just, I wasn't feeling up for it today. And, but that would also be a lie. If I made an excuse and I didn't create an episode today, I would have been lying to myself because I committed to this a long time ago. This is something that's non-negotiable to me. This is something that I live for. This is something that I want to do for the rest of my life. I want to be able to connect with y'all. I want to be able to share what's going on in my life, and what's working for me, again, in order to help y'all, right? Because just another, opportunity to give you a little backstory on my life. It wasn't always the cleanest. It wasn't always the greatest. If you would have known me 15, 20 years from now, ago, it would be a completely different person. I'd be a shell of myself, to be quite honest with you. But now I'm on path. I've been on path for quite some time now. I've healed myself in so many different ways, still continuing to work on that, working on growth consistently, continuously, and every single day. You know what I mean? Just really open myself to the understanding of life as much as I can, understanding the laws that govern us through nature and the universe. Just doing a lot of inner work, a lot of spiritual work, a lot of work on myself, a lot of personal development. And that's where I'm at today. And, it started off very slow, started off very challenging because I had to unlearn a whole lot of different things in order to kind of get to where I'm at right now. And I still know there's so much work to be done. And if you know me, if you've been rocking with me for a while, I'm not intimidated by the work. I'm not feeling a sense of like dauntedness from that work. I'm actually excited because I look at it like this. You mean to tell me with all the work that I've done in these few years of my own conscious decision of making a conscious choice to pursue self-development and meet the highest version of myself, you mean to tell me with all that work that I've already done and I've gotten these great results and felt these great benefits from doing that work, you mean to tell me there's more work still? And with more work, there's more beauty to be experienced in this life? You mean to tell me that my life can just get better? Well, shit, sign me up, man. Sign me up. So, yeah, I mean, getting back to the original point of what we're talking about in today's episode, it's just like overriding those feelings. And I think that we live in a culture nowadays in society where, we hear buzzwords like self-care and self-love and everything like that. And a lot of people tend to kind of conflate that idea with maybe eating cake and, doing what you want to do for yourself. And like, yeah, I deserve this because, I worked an 8-hour shift. You know what I'm saying? I deserve to watch a TV show for 4 hours straight and eat spicy Cheetos and, eat cake for 4 hours straight because I worked an 8-hour shift. When really, I think that's the biggest lie that you're telling yourself, because you're just setting yourself further and further and further back. For me, self-love and self-care, what that really means to me is taking care of your temple, taking care of your body, eating the proper foods, getting the proper nourishment, staying hydrated, making good decisions with your body and what you eat and what you put into your body. Now, am I sitting here and telling y'all that I'm perfect at that? Nah, I still make some bad decisions and some poor decisions every now and then. But I will tell you, I'm a lot more aware of it. And when I do it, I cut myself off way faster than I ever did. And more oftentimes than not, I'd say 99.9% of the time, when I do make a poor choice with what I'm about to eat, I know I'm paying for it. I know I'm going to the gym. I'm going to do an extra set. I know I'm going to do something different to kind of help offset that decision. So, I still enjoy some of those things. I still allow myself to indulge, and that's a conscious choice on my part. It's all dependent on the goals that you have. I'm not trying to sit here and tell y'all that I'm perfect, because I still enjoy all that. So I love cake and spicy Cheetos. There ain't nothing wrong with that to me, unless you eating all that every single day and you're not working out and you're not doing something for yourself to get yourself better. Because there might be something there that you might need to look at. If that is the case, if you're eating these bad foods every single day and you're not taking care of yourself, there might be something there that needs to be looked at, and quite possibly need some healing work done on that. But either way, I think that, again, just talking about the society and culture we live in, I think that, we're a little too easy on ourselves, when sometimes self-care really means you being self-disciplined with yourself, and self-discipline ain't always going to be easy. You know what I'm saying? It means being hard on yourself sometimes, and the sensitivity levels out there, from what I've been seeing online and stuff like that, it kind of has made a lot of people soft, and I try my best to kind of stay away from that shit and really stay in my own lane. And if you rocking with me, I'm about that. Like, I'm not talking shit just to talk no shit. I'm really backing that up. Now, like I just got done saying, I still indulge from time to time. Way more than I want to allow myself to do, but it's a process, you know what I'm saying? And I'm well aware of that. And that's why I talk about connecting with your why and your purpose a whole lot more, because it's a reminder, it's a refresher to let you know, like, yo, man, like, do you really want what you say you want, or are you just talking? Because if you want what you say you want, here's what you got to do. You got to do this, 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 and this. And you got to let go of this, 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 and that. Right? And when you do that and you organize your life in a way where you've set out a clear path for how you can arrive at your goal, and you follow that as strict as possible with yourself, there's no doubt. And by laws of the universe, if you follow that, you will be rewarded. And like I said earlier, I do my very best to just kind of follow that, but at the same time, I allow myself grace for when I make mistakes. That is also another hack for being able to kind of override your feelings. I allow myself grace sometimes, okay? Like today, I took a nap, right? I listened to my body for a little bit, but at the same time, I got it back up, and I needed to get some shit accomplished. And therefore, I am right here in front of y'all creating another episode of Unlocking Levels. So with that grace that you give yourself, it's important that you do give yourself that grace, but not too much of it. When you're making a mistake and when you know you're fucking up, do not lie to yourself, right? But if you are working your ass off, you're working hard, you can feel it in your bones, you can feel it in your body, and you know that you earn some time, you earn that opportunity to eat a burger. Go ahead, earn that. Be there with that presently and enjoy it. Enjoy it to the fullest. But do not allow yourself to get knocked off, because that temptation and some of these foods and some of these other things, these distractions, they're very powerful. So when you do that, you have to have enough willpower and mental strength to be able to pull yourself out of that when need be. I know this ain't easy, y'all. I really know this ain't easy, but unlocking levels ain't always going to be easy. Unlocking levels in your potential and your greatness is not always going to be easy. You're going to be met with challenge. You're going to be met with resistance, pain, discomfort, struggle. But on the other side of that is such beauty, freedom, love, just an enhanced version of life in so many different ways. And I've felt it. I've been in that flow state so many times. I know how to get myself into that flow state and to be in that feeling of like having everything that you desire in your life and actually living it. And man, let me tell you firsthand, it's one of the best things about being conscious on this plane. It's one of the best things about life in general, when you can get to that space and you can feel it and you can be it. It's indescribable, really. So I encourage you to just keep going. Listen to other episodes from the past about, just tapping into your potential. I've been on multiple different podcasts. You can find me so many places nowadays, man. But if this is your first time tuning in and you made it all the way to the end of this episode, I appreciate you and I rock with you. So yeah, if you like what you've seen today, you love what you've seen today, go back into the archives, dip into that, and look into some shit that I put out there in the past. And I'm gonna keep rocking with this, and hopefully you come along on the journey. And yeah, if y'all love this, please like, comment, subscribe, share, do what you can to help this platform grow. Doing my best work to try to make this as accessible as possible to as many people as possible, because I know I needed this type of energy when I was first going through it, and I found that in a lot of my mentors and a lot of the people that struggled in the beginning needed that from their mentors. So if you're just finding me, welcome to the channel, welcome to this space, and I appreciate y'all for being here. Until next time, y'all, this is another episode of Unlocking Levels. I'm your boy, CL, the source of friendly neighborhood hope dealer, signing out. Peace and love, y'all.